In this video series, we interview Nana Kwame, who was originally born in Jamaica. He migrated to UK, or he moved to UK. And then from UK, he came to Ghana, settled in Ghana, got a family in Ghana, built a house in Ghana, built apartments in Ghana, and more. And so in this video series, we want to learn about the journey. We want to learn about his experiences in Ghana. We want to learn about how he bought land in Ghana. We also want to learn about how he built, the challenges, and if there's any tips that he has to share and lessons learned for you, my dear viewers, to also learn on moving to Ghana, buying land in Ghana, buying houses in Ghana, etc. Coming up next. All right, so tell me about yourself and your name, where you're from, and all that.
I'm Nana Kwame. I've repatriated from the island of Jamaica.
I want to know about how you bought this land, or how you acquired this land. So where are we? Which area is this?
This is Pukwasi, but most people call it Ayawaso because Pukwasi train station is just below me here. Okay. So I just call this place Pukwasi, but most people call it Ayawaso. Okay. It's lied on the boundary of Pukwasi, Ayawaso, and Achiatu at the back over here. So yes, so when I first came here, I was doing farming. You were farming? I was farming on this place here.
Okay, so they gave you land to farm. You went to see somebody and the person gave you land to farm?
Yes. I saw the chief's son, Neokine, and he suggested to his father that I can farm here. But then later on they start to sell off the land. Okay. So
what were you farming? Like what?
Cassava, plantain, banana, yam, corn, greens, a lot of greens, califu, boma, alife, you name it, a lot of green vegetable. Okay. Small tomatoes I have around as well. I have my peppers as well. I used to supply the woman at the junction. Today now she's a queen mother at Pukwasi Market. I used to supply her with peppers and pawpaws and various other little food items, beans and things like that. When I get them in abundance, I used to supply her with that.
So at what point did you decide that you want to build on the land?
When my wife come and she was looking for land. Yes, we go around. I didn't want to suggest this place just in case. Yes, and she automatically liked this place. So it was quite easy to go and see the people who is in charge. So I told me that I want the paperwork for this place. So that's the time now where me, Okine, and TT, they came, I think those two brothers in the picture, they came and they surveyed this land, 200 by 160 by 200.
So that's 4 plots?
That's 4 plots, yes. So they measured that for me, and the father said that I should. No, at first the father said, that's my little touchstone, I can use it. But then when I asked for the paperwork, when they came and measure, I have to pay for the surveyor, have to pay for the paperwork, have to pay for the lawyer, and then he gave me to his niece or his nephew for him to do the registration. The nephew.
Which year was this?
99. That's when I acquired the paperwork for this place. 88, 89. I can look on the indenture. And that's the time when they said to me that it will be so much per plot. 15 million.
15 million old CDs.
Old CDs. 15 million old CDs. And that was supposed to get the paperwork, finish the paperwork, but get it registered and everything. But it never happened. It never happened at all until one day I had to go and find this Chris. I think his name was Christopher. He lived somewhere over race course at La Paz somewhere. I went there, I found him, then he handed me the paperwork. Nothing has been done. Zero has been done.
So they collected the money, but they hadn't done the work?
They haven't done the work. So the hit now where I had to go to the chief again and beg him to sign the paperwork, because they're supposed to take it to the lawyer and everything. I pay for everything. The chief tell me that I have to pay this for the lawyer. So I had to go back to the chief because I have the indenture. But when I take it to lands, they show me that the chief have not signed. So I had to go back to the chief, and I don't know, fortunate for me, the chief wasn't well.
Okay.
So he was concerned about doing any more antics.
Okay.
So quickly, I went to see the chief, and he told me come back the next day. The next day I went, it got worse, and the wife handed me the paper. Okay. And then I went to lands registration, land commission, land, we then call digit, where them come and measuring. They do the measuring, then I submit it. So all the work's done. It is at land registry now. So for these people to give land registry the necessary paperwork so that land registry can complete. All the people up here are more or less. I'm the most advanced one, because when you go to lands, you will find my name inside. So even the other people, when they want to take plotting, they have to come and take plotting from my,
from yours.
Yes, from my things plotting. So.
So when you bought the land, did you plan to build this apartments here, or what was the plan initially?
Well, the plan, I was in transport first.
Yeah.
So when I bought this place, I wanted to be a big transport yard.
Okay.
But then I noticed that I can go out with my transport for 2 days, especially the Kia trade. I leave here Sunday, and by Monday morning, I would be about 700-800 CD in my pocket. Tuesday, Wednesday I do the same thing again, finish up on Thursday afternoon, another set. So for the week I was making about 1,400 CD.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, that's quite a bit of money. And I gave a driver the car to go and drive. And the driver was supposed to make me 500 CD for the week. And he couldn't do that. Where I can make. And that time too, we were carrying timbers. You know, timber movement of timber is a good money. So we carrying timbers. My truck was carrying timbers all over, from all over. And I realized that when I work the truck myself,
you make more money.
I make money. I'm able to make. I even work the first truck and buy a second truck, because I'm a mechanical engineer. That's what I've studied and do it for my thing. So I buy a second truck, I built it here, buy the bits and pieces. Every time I work, I bought the body at dummy, bring it home, then buy all the bits and pieces, half a block, have engine head here, and come back in the evening when I finish, clean everything up. You know, just, I will even some picture of me covered in grease. The wife took a picture covered in grease, because that was my daily routine, putting engines together and maintaining what I have. So that was basically, couldn't get a proper driver. The minivan, no driver. Okay, the taxi already, almost parked the taxi. The 2 Kia truck, no driver. So I decided that I have to find something for the wife, make her stable.
Okay.
Yes, for me dear, I don't mind, I can do anything, because good thing about able to live in Africa is that if you don't have, you can kind of shake your ambition. You don't have to be too ambitious, because from January to January, everything is being provided for you. Cassava, you just stick a stick in the root and sit back and wait for it to grow. So everything more or less done for you. But for my wife, who is coming from England, used to the BS, the British standard, then that means I have to get her something which is comparable to our keep her in a standard of living which she is comfortable with. So that's when we change our whole, it was at 180, 360, 180, not 360, 180 the turn, and I have to double up back and say no. The best thing to go into is buildings, and the best building is going into is to have rental apartments.
Okay.
Yes.
So from the onset, you wanted to do rental apartments.
Rental
It
apartment.
wasn't like you were building your own house to start.
No, because I already have my one room inside.
Okay.
So it was to build rental apartment, design, cut and everything for that purpose.
Mm-hmm. Right. So when did you start clearing the land, digging and all those? Which year?
We start, I think, about 1999.
Okay.
1999 inside we start.
Okay.
And it was a slow process because some of the time self I didn't even want to buy sand. So the wife have to follow me after dark to the sand pit at Amamuli inside where they were winning the sand.
Okay.
So while she hold the canyon, I
you fetch the sand yourself.
fetch the sand.
Wow.
So I would come back in the night and park under the tree. So the boys who come in to cut the blocks in the morning, they would. That time it was 1,300. How you at the old money? 13,000.
1,300.
No, that time the old currency, old some 13. It was some small money for the boys to load the sand.
Okay.
It was about to load it and come here to take it off. But if we can get rid of that and then call the boys who cut in the block, oh, take the sand down from the lorry before you start.
Okay.
Then it would be cheaper. I could make plenty trips. Still, I have to get them. But wherein I could get 1 or 2 trips in the week without any extra help, then I would do that.
Okay.
So that the block cutter could cut the blocks for the work.
So did you get like how did you get the designs that you wanted?
You know something?
The design of the apartment.
The apartment. Yeah. No. That's a tricky question. It's all in the head.
Okay, the design.
It was all in the head.
Okay.
So me and the mason alone, we come and we measure it up and we said, okay, how big I want one room to be, the size of the room. So most of the room in the apartment, they are probably, the biggest is 10 by 10 or just over 10 by 10.
Okay.
Yes. So each apartment is about 20 feet long.
Okay.
So I divide the area into 320s. So I think this apartment is just over 60 feet long and over 40 feet deep. So, so there are double bedrooms. Okay. That one and this one is single bedrooms. Okay. So after I finish, for me to get the paperwork, that's the time I have to call an architect to come and measure up what I've done, and then do me a drawing. Even the school, I do the school, and that's the same thing I've done. I've built the thing from your head. Yes, measure up and everything and lay it on the ground, and then call an architect to come and draw.
Okay, so where did you get the laborers from? Is it from the community? You ask people, okay, I need somebody to cast blocks, I need a mason.
Yeah, my mason was from the village, from Adesso village. Okay. Yes. When I first come to Ghana, after I came from my ride, I have a place where I used to hide at Adesso. My brother bought some land there, so I used to hide there. So I used to cut my time. Sometimes I didn't really want to stay in the Rasta community because I find it difficult at times. Development was too draggy. So I find it difficult at times. So I used to go to the village and probably spend 2 or 3 months, and then, you know, a thought would come into your head, oh, your brother, they need your help. So who's gonna fix the Land Rover? Because they have the church, as I said. And if I don't drive it, there's nobody who have the patience and tolerance to keep fixing it. I have to fix it. I have to drive it because it keeps me from begging bread and have to.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do you have any questions? Leave them in the comments below. Do you have any experiences to share? Leave them in the comments below. And hey, do you have a story to tell? Most importantly, is it good? Is it bad? Will it help other people who want to build, buy, rent in Ghana, in Africa? then hit us up. Our email is in the description below. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Bebre.